Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are, whatever time you see this video. And we have a special team today, Mr. Dean Williamson and Rick Green from UK. They'll be doing the magic and mind reading show today. We are very happy to have them. Welcome to the show, everyone.
I don't know what's happening. I told Dean about this mask. Go on. Let's see what he's got. What's he got? Good evening. Okay. Good evening. I am a mind reader. Okay. Ooh. Is that right? Okay. Exciting, I know. Very exciting, my friend. I will now perform in total silence. Hence the mask. Right, okay. You can cheer loudly, though. Woo! No, just me? Okay, it's fine. Do you like presents? I like presents. Savinius, do you like presents?
Oh, who doesn't like them?
Cool, let's see. Me too. Hey, good. I need someone to help.
Okay.
Savinius?
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's go. I will try my best. I'm not a very good helper, but I will try.
I have a catalogue of different gifts.
Gifts, okay.
Okay, so, he's going to flick through, and I guess, what we got there? A number?
6, okay.
Number 6, a television.
Number 6, television, okay.
Yeah. What else is there? There's...
he has a bag.
Okay. Show tickets.
Show tickets.
Okay.
Flight tickets. Wow, okay. Not today. Hoverboard, okay.
Hoverboard, nice.
Skydiving.
Very good.
Okay.
And lots of different ones. Okay, so there we go. Please give me a number between 1 and 25.
Okay. Do you want me to choose or say it loudly?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go with number 11.
11. Okay, so I think he's going to look through and find number 11 in there. Here we go. Let's have a look. Number 11.
A car, okay.
Oh.
Car.
No. Oh, that was 10. Here we go. 11. And 9.
Wow, okay.
You've done all that, Phineas.
I'd like to know why I have been silent this whole time. Yes, please. Ooh. Wow. Okay. Oh, very interesting.
Thank you very much, Serenius. Thank you very much. We don't really need this now. In fact, you know what, Serenius? Sometimes they say from the rough, you can get diamonds, right? Let me see if I can show you this.
Wow. Oh, interesting. Very impressive. Had it been in the in-person show, would have been much better. I could have taken it from you.
Thank you. I thank you everybody for watching that, and thanks everybody for joining us on the show this evening. Thank you for the warm welcome, Serenius. I know it's a little bit odd wearing a mask inside, but I thought it was entertaining, so we went with it.
It was a very amazing and impressive trick. I'm very happy to see a diamond. No doubt about it. Yes. The women would have been more excited to see that for sure.
There we go.
So we would like to thank you very much for coming on the show and starting the show with a trick. Dean Williamson and Rick Green. We would like to know a little bit more about you. What you do, and how we started the magic, line of what attracted you to get into the magic line of business or magic shows. So please can you tell us, start with Dean, please? Dean Williamson,
Sure.
Mr.
Yeah, no problem. So my story is very much a classic stereotypical magician. My uncle showed me a trick when I was younger with some elastic bands. I think you had Chris Howard on your previous show. He did some elastic band work. Maybe not as impressive as what he does, but it was similar to that. And he showed me a trick and it just stuck with me forever. And it just kind of grew and grew out of that, performing in talent shows and then going off. I had a career actually, and then I came back to magic. So, and I'm still kind of in that career a little bit now, in working in sales. But just going out and performing, I love it. And then Rick and I started doing lots of work together. Rick's story's a lot more interesting than mine, so mine's quite short and sweet. It was a hobby, and then it came a bit more serious. Rick, yours is a much more interesting story.
Yeah, I mean, I started when I was 11 years old. And basically, I found out you can work on cruise ships doing magic. So you can get paid to see the world and do something that you love. And I thought, what can be any better than that? So from 11 years old, I started doing, again, like Dean, I did talent shows. I started entering competitions and things. And then I ended up going on ferries. So similar to cruise ships, just a bit smaller, just goes from A to B all the time. I started on cruise ships, on ferries, and then I grew and went onto cruise ships. And I've been on cruise ships for about 11 years now. So I've seen most of the world. And yeah, so it's been hard for me to stay on land for such a long period of time during COVID-19, but never mind. So yeah, that's it basically.
So very nice to hear about your backgrounds, both of you, Dean and Rick. I mean, I know it's a little hard, challenging right now for the cruise line industry. I mean, that's the most affected business right now. But I mean, it is very interesting to know that you've been on the cruise line. I mean, it's one of the favorite way of having their vacation for many people. And once you are on the board, I mean, there's nothing else except, I mean, going to the casino inside the store, or having shows like you, or some other things. I mean, that's you've been entertaining people, and being you as well. So what attracted you to the, can you, before we go there, what is magic? Dean Williamson, please can you tell us, I mean, what is magic? I mean, is it a trick, or is it a science, or is it illusion? Or can you tell a little more about the fundamentals of the magic, please?
Sure. So I think there's two ways of looking at it. So for some people, it's just a job. They go out and perform. They're a magician. They're an illusionist. They're a mind reader. But there's a second element to it as well, which gives you that energy and that boost, I guess, to go out and discover it. So what I'm trying to get to is magic's been around for, I don't know, I have a very old piece of artwork here that's like 300-400 years old. I think it's a painting of someone doing a very old trick with cups and balls. So it's been around in society kind of forever, and you can read old books and people talking about performing magic tricks and things like that. I guess it's, for me personally, it takes me back to kind of like and this is going to sound a little cliche, but it's so true, that kind of childhood wonder of making something seem real by performing a magic trick. I normally have a very good answer for this, but for some reason I've been caught off guard a little. I'm normally good at answering these questions. Rick, what's your view of magic, what it is?
My whole thing is, and I think it was Roald Dahl, I believe, that said it, those that don't believe in magic will never find it. So I think magic is something that is what you believe, how you feel about something. I get a lot of people in my shows, they can be skeptical about it because they're not quite sure what's going to happen, or they sit there and they thoroughly enjoy it, and it's what you want it to be, basically, and your own personal take on it. Yeah, I think it's something that's inside everybody. They just need to enjoy it for what it is, to be honest.
You said it right. I mean, the very right way. I mean, you need to sit down and relax and enjoy it. I mean, because see, there is a skill. I mean, I don't want to say, I mean, there is no magic, but there's a different thing. But I mean, this is a good trick. I mean, it's a skill, I mean, which you show, I mean, to amaze or amuse people. So we need to appreciate the skills and the efforts. And go ahead, Dean, you want to say something?
Yeah, no, it's okay. I just, while it was on kind of the tip of my tongue, because that was the thing I was trying to think about when you said he caught me off guard, and there was a really good quote I was going to give you. But it's come back to me now. So there's a very famous magician in magic called Jeff McBride. I think he's like a real life wizard. If everybody hasn't seen him, big Vegas star. He came on our show, the Lockdown Magic event, which we'll talk about in a moment. And I remember going to see a lecture by him, and his words were, "Magic is medicine." And it really stuck with me. Magic is medicine. I know of performers that have gone into hospitals with poorly children who aren't very sick, you know, just not got any energy, they're not smiling or anything like that. As soon as a magician goes in and starts performing, you see the smile on their face, and that's amazing. So it's like a form of medicine. I mean, you could go really deep and philosophical with this, or you could just say, well, it's just a trick. But I mean, I like to think about it quite deeply, I guess, because it touches people in so many different ways. And I think that example there of magic is medicine is a really good, nice example of it. You're bringing joy into somebody's life from entertaining them, and God knows we need that right now, right?
100%. I mean, you said it under very aptly. I mean, I was in another show a few hours back, a cardiologist, and we were talking about the stress and meditation, those kind of things. I mean, that's what they were talking about. If you're happy and your mind releases, I mean, dopamine, oxytocin, those kind of chemicals, they're going to help your body, I mean, in growing. So as you said, right, magic is a medicine. I mean, when the moment a magician comes in, a smile comes on the face. So I could see a relation between, I mean, what you said, magic is a medicine, and from other show and from other doctors and what we are hearing, looks like there is a truth in the statement, whatever you said and the other magician had said. And with that, we'll go back, we'll see. I mean, is there any other trick you want to show us?
Yeah, absolutely. So I seem to have this thing for doing things in silent, and Rick's going to help me out, and he gets a little bit squeamish by this next thing. So Srinivas, I'm going to use you again, if that's okay.
Sure,
you just have to shout things out. That's all you need to do.
I will try.
So, this is the really boring bit, but it gets you'll see, it gets a little crazy. So I have these tags here, and they have numbers on. Hopefully you can see. I need to work out the position of the camera. There we go. So you can see that 1, 2, 3, and 4. Interesting. Now these are attached to these strings. The interesting bit is what they're actually attached to. And I've got to be very, very careful with this, because I can assure you this is sharp. This is a fish hook.
Okay.
Very, very sharp. Sure. Now, if you were here, I may or may not let you touch this. It depends whether I'm insured at the time. But Srinis, I'm going to put this into my mouth in a moment, and I'm going to begin pulling these strings out. Now, only one of them is attached to the hook. Only one of them. Now, we're not in person, but I believe I can influence you enough to leave the one with the hook in my mouth. If not, we're going to cut the show short. So we'll see how we get on. Let's go for it. Rick's going to take over now, because it's rude to talk with things in your mouth, especially a fish hook. It's a little dangerous.
Yeah, so I've seen Dean perform this a few times, and every time it gets me. So yeah, just okay. So we have the 4 strings and the 4 numbers. So Svinius, I'd like you to pick a number between 1 and 4.
Okay. Do you want me to pick in my mind or say it out?
You can say it out loud.
Okay, we will go with 1.
Number 1. So Dean is now going to pull out the tag of string number 1. Nothing. Goodness. Okay, so we have 1 has gone, so we have 2, 3, and 4.
4.
4. 4.
Oh, yes. Okay, you want me to pick up 4?
Did you say number 4? Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I thought you said number 4. Number 4. Nothing. Okay. So a 50-50 chance.
Now let's choose between 3 and 2. Let's go with the number 3. 3.
Or number 2.
3. Yes.
3. which leaves number 2 on its own, the 1 tied.
Okay.
Very, very dangerous.
Very good.
You're an amazing participant. Thank you very much for that. I'm glad I could get inside your head, even virtually.
Thank you. It was nice. I mean, I was very, again, impressive trick. I mean, you were able to do it very quickly and then show that one. I mean, number 2 was tied up. So, I mean, do you want to ask you one more thing? I mean, so how long does it take to learn all this magic? I mean, is it like, 6 months, 1 year? I mean, what does it take to learn? I mean, many people like to learn. I mean, but I mean, is it just the time and the efforts, or is there anything else beyond that one you need to learn this magic?
I mean, I've been doing it since I was 11, and I'm still learning to this day. It takes a long, long time to. I mean, it's not a matter of just learning the trick. It's perfecting it. It's perfecting the effect, perfecting the patter, the speaking, the reactions, the audience reactions, the timing of it. It takes years.
It's ever evolving, isn't it, Rick? It's ever evolving. You can never stop learning. As you mentioned that, it's perfection. So Rick has performed all manner of different types of performances. You could probably give some good examples for this, Rick, because you've come from doing illusions, or you still do that now, to doing sort of more talking type things, haven't you? So you have to change and learn quickly, don't you, with what you do?
100%, yeah. So I started with the big illusions, like cutting somebody in half, making them float, that kind of thing. And when, like, especially for the cruise ships, the space on board the ship, like backstage, became like quite small on the smaller ships, and they couldn't take the big illusions anymore. So I had to then adapt my show completely, take the illusions out of it, and go on to a different path with more with the speaking and the smaller equipment. So yeah, it's ever evolving, and I'm always learning. You know?
Gotcha. Very nice. Okay. So what is it now during this COVID-19? It's been like more than 4 or 5 months. I mean, many of the people are magicians, or the performers, especially the singers or magicians or any other performer is restricted to home, and they're not able to do these shows, live shows. So how is your magic business affected with the COVID-19?
Yeah, so so Rick and I set up a show at the start of when the pandemic hit in the UK, and we became under lockdown. Every country was a little different, so this was going back to April, May time, I think it was, Rick, when we set up the show.
April or end of March. I think the last week of March.
Last week of March. So we set up a show online, and people can go and check it out. The footage is still on YouTube now. It was called the Lockdown Magic Event. So if you go on YouTube and look at the Lockdown Magic Event, a very similar show to SCubeTV actually. We got magicians from around the world who would come on and basically perform for 10-15 minutes. We didn't charge anybody. This was before magicians started charging for virtual shows. This is way before that happened. I guess we were kind of ahead of our time. Maybe we should have charged people, but we didn't. We kept it for free. We had magicians literally come around the world. European stars, people from Vegas. Rick and I would perform on there, and it was absolutely brilliant. We built up quite a bit of a community. So that gave us a real focus and an opportunity to just continue performing, because as you say, we can't go out and physically perform with people. So there was other ways, and people are still craving entertainment. We're looking forward to going back out on the road again and performing our stage show. But that's what we did. We spent most of our time doing that, and generally Rick getting wound up because I was calling him all the time to say, let's get this guest on, can you do this trick? I'm sure he's probably had enough of me, to be honest, but here we are, still here.
That's very nice. Very nice. I know. I mean, during this time, it's a very innovative, a creative way to, engage the magicians and also the audience and give a relief for sure. I mean, the magic show, as you said earlier, brings smiles on the face and gives some relief. Everybody either stressed out with the financial stress or the job stress with the COVID-19 disease. I mean, what's going to happen tomorrow with all those anxiety, and they are building up stress with all these things. I mean, you have a medicine, like kind of magic is a medicine, as I said. I mean, kind of give a relief for a few minutes, may not be a permanent solution, but at least will give you some solution. I mean, for a few minutes, relax you for a few minutes for sure. So, what are the methods you are using to reach out to the people? I mean, is it I'm sure you're doing online shows. So, have you done any other shows like corporate? Are you reaching out to businesses? Are you reaching out to birthday parties? Or what kind of how are you trying to associate with the people during this time?
Sure. Do you want to take it, Rick?
Yeah, I mean, from my side of things, we've done, well, both of us, we've done a couple of corporate shows for different companies and a couple of charity events as well. Because, I mean, yes, it's great to get paid for doing the shows, but giving back as well for the people that helped us. When we started the lockdown event, they shared our pages, they shared our feeds and everything. So to help out with the charity that they work for. And give back our time, basically.
So yeah, we do corporate shows now. You can get in touch. My website is magicbydean.com. So we're available for virtual shows. When I do my virtual shows, I perform with Rick. So you get both of us. You get a mixture of magic and mind reading. It can be anywhere between half an hour or an hour show. Rick, are we okay to plug websites here? No, we're just asking for permission. Rick, what's your website?
My website is rickgreenmagic.com.
There we go.
Okay, very good. Okay, if anybody would like to reach out to them, they can reach out to through their website or Facebook, probably. That's very nice to know. So, I mean, how is the mind reading? I mean, a magic show, at least we have seen few things. I mean, on the online, I mean, people are able to card tricks or few tricks they're able to show during the on the online. But how is that possible? I mean, do the mind reading shows online?
It's difficult. But it's you have to adapt. There's no doubt about it. You have to adapt to what you do and change it around. It's possible. We proved it on the 16 shows or 15 shows. I think it was 16 shows we did. So we proved it on there. That was kind of twice a week. The problem is my act, when I go out and perform on stage or close up, there was a lot of contact involved. As there generally is with mind reading. So there's nobody there for me to touch, which I know sounds a little bit strange, but go with it. And of course, during the pandemic, we can't get near anybody. I assume you've got social distancing there. So, I've had to adapt completely. So there are things that you can do. You know, we've seen a couple of things so far, but it's difficult because you're not in the same room as the other person, but you just got to adapt. So, and one day we'll be allowed back out to perform, but it's good fun.
Gotcha. Good to hear that. So do you want to share any of your favorite tricks? What's your favorite trick, and do you want to share with us?
Sure. Do you want to see something? Do you want to see something else?
Sure. Perfect. I mean, go ahead. If you have something else, we'll be happy to see that.
Good. So obviously, with being here and in the virtual world and not being out, I mean, I've done a couple of TV shows myself. I think Dean, you've done a couple of TV work as well, haven't you?
Some for the BBC. Good, yeah.
Yeah. And I've realised that a lot of the presenters, they have cue cards. So basically, or on the screen like a rolling. What's it called? I can't remember. Cues, I guess. Cue cards.
Teleprom.
There we go. So what I've created an effect over the screen, which basically uses cue cards. And what we're going to do, we're going to use Dean for this, and Sphinius, we're going to use yourself.
Sure.
So this is my time not to speak. Dean is going to be the presenter. Dean, are you ready?
I am ready. Let's do this.
Rick, your face we're not able to see your face. Is that okay? Yes.
I'm not talking.
Okay.
I'm not see his face.
Right. So let's give it a go.
Good evening, everyone. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the amazing Dean Williamson, Mindreader. The second best magician in the world. Come on, Rick. He always put... I told you to change this. Come on. I'm about to show you the most amazing trick ever. Oh, yes. For this, I will need a volunteer. Srinas, you would be...
Okay, sure.
Excellent.
I will try my best. My name is Srinivas. Mm-hmm.
Please think of any playing card.
Okay.
Listen. And now for the first time, please name your card out loud.
Okay. Jack of Hearts.
Amazing!
Okay.
I knew you would name that card, Srinas. I knew. Okay, you don't believe me. Allow me to prove it. Earlier on today, I had this funny feeling about one special card. And I placed it inside an envelope.
Ooh.
This one right here. Srinas,
Yes.
please name your card out loud once again.
Jack of Hearts.
Check this out.
Okay. Wow. Amazing. Wow. Very interesting. Impressive. Very impressive. I didn't expect that.
And for the viewers, we didn't set anything up. That was a genuine free choice. So that's a perfect example how mind reading.
Yeah, I did not speak to you guys before that, and I chose on my own. I mean, I'm really impressed with the trick. That's very nice. Amazing.
There we go. Well, that's one of my favorite tricks.
Very good. Good to see that one. I mean, it's not that easy. I mean, it's whatever you do in the back end. I mean, it was very impressive. I mean, skillful one. Sure. So what is you want to share? I mean, any of good events which you had. I mean, during your career. I'm sure there are few shows where you enjoyed it yourself. Like I said, the audience was responsive, and you had a good time. I mean, and do you want to share any of those moments with our audience?
Yeah, it's probably good to talk about our last show together, Rick, which was in our hometown, Lytham St Anne's, which in the UK, which is next to Blackpool, the famous seaside resort. Rick and I went out and performed. Rick, that was your first show on land for how long? It was a long time, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah, it's my debut back on land, my hometown. So it was a special time, I guess, for both of us. It's where we both grew up. A lot of our friends and family came to see the show as well because, I haven't been on land for a long time, so it was the first chance they really got to see me do what I do. So yeah, that was a special moment, hey Dean?
It was, and we were hoping to keep this going. So Rick and I had a number of venues lined up to take our stage show around the UK. Different places, but then I'm sorry to mention it again, but the pandemic stopped everything. So we're just waiting for that moment to go back out, and we can go and do our stage show again. But we have loads of things lined up, which will be announcing something very special on this Saturday. There's another show that we're going on. If your viewers, if you don't mind me plugging this, it's called the Invasion Virtual Magic Show. The Invasion Virtual Magic Show. That's a show with two of our. In fact, one of the people that is presenting that show, Jonathan Molo, was on your show not so long ago. So he was on the show. Jonathan, remember him from California in the US?
Yes. Jonathan, he was here a few weeks back. That is true. He was. He did a very good job. He wears a purple suit and.
He's legendary purple suit. But we've done a lot of work together with him during the pandemic, during the virus. We're going to be on his show in the States. We're going to make a very special announcement on that. Something that's going to happen. I'm really desperate to tell everybody what's going on, but we've got to keep our lips sealed to then. But tune into that show if you want to watch.
we'll wait for the day and to hear from you guys on whatever the special thing which you guys are doing to finally do it. So everybody has a role model in their life. I mean, or in whatever career or line of business they are in. So being in the magic business, so who is your role model? I mean, in the magic world.
Jonathan Molo.
Okay, very nice. He is a good guy, no doubt about it. I mean, very nice. And that was, to be honest with you, that is my first show with a magician. I'm not very good in responding to the people. So, I mean, he made my life easy and he did a very good show without any doubt on that. And you guys are also doing very good. I mean, with having me as a host and who is not that good in response, and you guys are making it better to the audience. I'm very happy to see, and you guys are doing. The credit should go to you, not to me. Go ahead.
You're doing a great job there as Jonas, and we really appreciate the time and coming on the show and sharing what we do with your viewers. I'll give you a serious answer while Rick thinks of someone proper. So I've mentioned him already. To be fair, probably my main influence is Jeff McBride again, because for me. And I ran a workshop last weekend, I think it was, talking about something called scripting. So this is about how do you write your magic, how do you improve your performances. And Jeff talks about this all the time, how to improve your performance, be a better performer, and the magic is medicine thing. How do you, there's so much theory in magic that's been written so far, and it's how do you increase your performance, because it isn't necessarily about the trick. It's about how you deliver it and how can you engage people. So he's someone that I really respect. So I know that's a really serious answer. I don't know if Rick's got someone just as serious.
Yeah, one of my inspirations for sure has got to be David Copperfield. Even when I was younger, I used to watch David Copperfield, all his specials on TV and things. And just the whole presentation that he has, the story behind it. And how he comes up with things, I will never know. He's got a great team working with him. And you can see the passion that he has for magic in every single piece of magic he does, whether it's the big illusions, whether it's the small, tiny things on camera. Everything is perfect in my eyes. He does it so well. So for sure, he's one of my guys I look up to.
It's very good. I mean, you're very good to hear. I mean, your role models, and then they are very nice to see the shows of those people. No doubt about it. So, I mean, in your very career, I mean, there are some moments where you have a stressful time too. I mean, when you have good times, some moments that we have a stressful time, especially when you do the magic show, you are interacting with the people in person. As you said earlier, also, some people are skeptical and for sure they will try to see the logic rather than enjoy the trick. So what do you see? What's your experience? I mean, how do you handle those kind of situations? And what was your reaction in those moments?
Well, things like that. Luckily, I don't have anybody that shouts out during the show, which is quite good. But talking to people afterwards, I mean, they can, as I said earlier, they can enjoy it for what it is, or they can, as you say, see the logic in it. But you know what? As long as one doesn't affect the other, it's fine either way in my eyes. Enjoy it for what it is. If you don't enjoy it, just go find something you enjoy. Don't come and see. I've had a few people every now and then. They come and sit on the front row, and they literally sit there. They sit there like this, like, go on, impress me. And it's just like, don't come and see a show. I mean, this is on the cruise ships where the shows are free. Don't come and sit in a show if you're not going to participate or enjoy, because that's all that we're there at the end of the day to do. We're there to entertain you. If you don't feel like being entertained, go somewhere else.
Gotcha. It's a good thing to do. So say it. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you enjoy it, stay and be part of it and enjoy it. That's good. Otherwise, you find something else which is more meaningful and helpful for you. That's good. So what do you do other than magic, outside the magic world? I mean, do you have any other career, or do you have any other hobbies you do other than the magic?
My main thing has always been magic, to be honest. There's so much out there. I guess my hobby is the different areas of magic. So rather than focusing just on the illusions, I've always been interested in the mind reading, in the smaller things, in close-up magic, and the different areas of it, because it's so vast. You can never learn everything. So that's been the majority of my life, to be honest. Looking back, it's a bit. What's going on, Dean?
Yeah, I mean, Dean, we are not able to see him. I mean, looks like, he's muted his video.
I'm back now.
Okay, I mean, you're back, but we are not able to see you. Probably may have to press the video button in the bottom.
There we go. So yes, I guess most of my career has been, or most of my time is spent learning the magic. I do have a wife and a daughter, so when I'm back over there, they're South African. So I spend a lot of time in South Africa. So when I'm there, I'm there, and when I'm on the ships, I'm magic based, basically. So yeah, between the two, that's all for me. I don't know if Dean's back or not yet.
I will ask. We'll check with him. And Dean, can you come back? Can you turn your video on, please?
I'm going to try that now.
Yeah. Or you can exit and join back too. Oh yeah, we got you.
You can see me?
We can see you using your camera.
Oh.
What's going on?
Gone again.
Now, if you want to rejoin, that's fine.
Wrong, and there we go. Perfect example.
I agree. Sometimes these are the technical issues. We were talking about any situation where people were trying to find the logic rather than enjoying the show. So Rick mentioned about his experiences or his views on that. So Dean, do you have any situation like that in your career where you had a situation where people were kind of questioning your skills or trying to find logic behind what you do?
And
how did you handle it?
Yeah, no. I've had lots of moments where people just look at me very, very strange, especially when you've seemingly got inside their mind and read them. So that's always good, but that's always the reaction I look for. I like it when people are a little bit shocked or completely shocked and look at me really strange, because that means I'm doing my job properly. The thing is, when you go out performing, you need to be able to react in a situation where something may go wrong, or you have a bad audience member or something like that. But you need to cover it up and make sure that nobody can see, or for the rest of the things. You need to be the ultimate professional. I've had lots of things that have gone wrong, but on those occasions, nobody's kind of picked up on it. Rick knows the famous story where I was doing something with a cane, so like a top hat and cane that you hold. I made this thing float around the stage, and then it went wrong and nearly went in somebody's eye. So things can go wrong, and that's probably the best example I can give you.
Gotcha. Good. Sorry to hear that, but at the same time, yeah. So, what do you do? Anything other than the magic in your life? Like, do you have any hobbies, or do you have any other career? Some people have other career and also do the magic on the side. So they do the magic as a main profession and also pick up other jobs. So do you do anything else other than the magic, or any other hobbies?
Well, I have 2 children. They keep me pretty busy.
That's good. I know. It's a handful. That's true.
Exactly. Probably that and reading and running. General things, nothing too spectacular. Magic keeps you busy enough, and annoying Rick as well. asking him to do things for me all the time. That's a bit of a hobby. So
He did say that one. I mean, the magic is the world for him. I mean, the magic. I mean, whatever, and the family. These are the two things he has in his life. Yes, that's very nice. So
things.
no, go ahead, Rick. So you were saying something.
I was just saying that's the two most important things: your family and your career, I guess.
That is true. That's true. Yes. So, I mean, nowadays, I mean, many young kids are interested and curious to learn magic, and they want to do the magic shows. So, what is your suggestion or tips to those youngsters?
So, well, we've got the perfect We've got the perfect thing for this, haven't we, Rick? The beginner magic set that we put together.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so we put together a beginner magic set.
Magic, okay, got your magic camp, or those kind of things. People can come and learn from you, and then pick it up. Gotcha. That's good.
Well, not quite, but it's an actual set that you can buy from us. So it's like a sort of a beginner's magic set, and it's got card tricks, things like that. Rick, this was your idea. You started this off.
Yeah, so we've got a DVD that has I think it's 13 easy to learn magic effects on. There's a book. We also have a book that's step-by-step guide on performing card tricks. And what else? There's a couple of tricks in there, just basic tricks. Just to get you started in magic, really. And we have that for sale. We've got it on our Facebook site, Dean, have we?
Yeah, if you go to Lockdown Magic Event, which is going to be changing soon as well, by the way, and I can't reveal too much about what that is. I've full of secrets this evening, but if you go to Lockdown Magic Event on Facebook, you'll be able to find that. So if anyone's interested in getting into magic, wants to perform, get in touch, and we'll hook you up with one of our sets.
Very nice. Okay, you have a DVD and also a book, I mean, which can help the kids to learn the magic tricks from those things, which is nice, and is available on your website and on the Facebook. Okay, that's good. Good to know. So, is there anything which you want to show, any trick to the audience, or to anything which you want to special trick you have today?
Got one more.
Okay.
I'll say it. So I'm glad you said I can do one more, because basically it's taken me all afternoon to prepare this. So let me show you. So at the beginning of the day, or well, this afternoon, I guess, I took a deck of cards. Okay, and this is what I did. I drew a little picture on it. Show you.
Okay.
So hopefully you can see it's a little man in a little theatre.
Yes.
Okay. So this guy is going to stay. Let's see if we can get the table in view. There we go. This guy's going to stay on here. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. How did this take me all day to do? Now, the truth is, actually, let me show you. I drew on every single one of these pictures, every single one of these cards. And it works similar, you know, the old-fashioned, the flick books where you flick and it changes. Similar kind of idea. So, Svinius, what I would like you to do, I want you to think of a playing card for me, okay? Now, a lot of people choose an ace or a king. So don't choose an ace or a king. Go for something in the middle, something a little bit different, okay?
Okay.
So what I want you to do, I want you to name that out loud for me.
Okay, the 10 of hearts.
The 10 of hearts, that was a free choice, correct?
Yes.
Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to go through these cards. We're going to find the 10 of hearts. Should be in here somewhere. Into it, right there. Now, again, this was a free choice. You could have said any card, but you said the 10 of hearts, yes?
Yes, that is true.
And check this. I'm going to stand up for this. So the 10 of hearts. Let's see if we can keep that in shot and come over to here. Now, usually I'd have music for this, but I don't right now. Check this. My little stick man. I'm going to flick through. He takes off his top hat. He reaches into the hat, pulls out one card only. Check.
Oh, wow. Not able to see it, but yeah.
10 of hearts.
10 of hearts. Very good. Very impressive. I mean, that's another trick. I mean, which you didn't tell me, or we did not talk about this one before the show, and I just chose it, and I chose it, and then you were able to show that one, which is very impressive, very amazing. Yeah. Thank you very much for showing the show all these tricks and sharing your tricks and our magic skulls with us. And so, do you have any message to the audience? Do you want to go first, Rick? Or
just thank you for everybody that's watching, and don't forget to go on to our Facebook page. Mine is Rick Green Magic, so a little @ Rick Green Magic. Dean, what's yours?
Dean Williamson, Mindreader.
There we go. So make sure you do come on to our Facebook pages, also our websites, and follow what we do. We're here, there, and everywhere at the moment, mainly online. We've got lots of different tricks. We do have a show coming up on Saturday. Make sure you tune in for that. We do have an announcement on Saturday. So again, tune in for that. And guys, thank you very much once again. Dean?
Yeah, so I've got one message. So Rick and I perform internationally, and we would love to come over to India. So if anyone wants to book our stage show, please get in touch. There's a very old trick, one of the oldest tricks in the book, quite literally. It was called the Indian rope trick. I'm not sure if you know this, right?
No.
If you book us to come over, we're gonna do a new version of this.
Yeah, it's very interesting to know. Wow, and we can do the rope trick. Wow.
Is this something you're going to run by me, or are we?
Get in touch, guys. Get in touch.
This is new to me. We'll give it a go. We'll do a new version of it. 100%.
It's a very nice and interesting to know that you're able to do the new version of the Indian rope trick, which will be curious. Thank you very much for coming on the show, Dean Williamson and then Rick Green, and we wish you all the best. And people can book down and request them to have a show for their corporate events anywhere in the world, that it be in India or UK or USA. As everything is virtual shows, so they'll be happy to entertain your guests. Thank you. Have a nice rest of the evening, Mr. Dean and Mr. Rick. Thank you.
Thank you so much.